And he is immediately met the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Revenge on this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome in to, wonderful Thirsty Thursdays edition of Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Carasino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You guys know it, love it, enjoy it. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, hey, I know this is so crazy. I don't think I've ever told you this. You can go to the wonderful world of IG and watch there at michael.carasino.5. I know, it's so crazy. Never heard that one, right? Now go to Instagram and you can just add a dot between my first and last name and then a .5 at the end after my last name. And then guess what? You are up and rolling there on the IG. But we also have the wonderful YouTube channel, the Pitchfork Lunch. Well, my YouTube channel, but I mean, it's dedicated to Pitchfork Lunch. So again, go to YouTube, check out, you should go to YouTube and watch live, but guys, subscribe to the channel, because if you do subscribe and you have missed any Pitchfork Lunch, well, guess what? You can watch live, but then subscribe to the channel, because if you've missed any of Pitchfork Lunch, and I'm not just talking, well, season 3 definitely, but season 1, season 2, you know what I'm saying? Shame on you. Where were you? But I got you covered. You can go to YouTube and you can, again, you're watching live there. Awesome. But subscribe to the channel. Again, Forks up. A few new subscribers recently, so love it. But yes, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratinito, but the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe, because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews, whether it be with coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum. I've had a ton of alum, an athletic director who I should know more of by the end of tomorrow, when we will be able to get him on. So that coming up as well. But go to YouTube. Yeah. And I mean, again, you've missed a ton, because when we have friends of the program, just like yesterday, CJ Fight's dad, second time on the show, Draydon Fight, so gracious to join us again, talk about what CJ's doing, what his CJ's brother Trey, who's in the portal and has been offered by Arizona State, and they have brought in well, you talk about guys coming in. I mean, Mikey Keene, another quarterback, a local kid out of Chandler High School, who had transferred to Michigan and then hasn't played at Michigan, and obviously Coach Moore getting fired, Kyle Whittingham coming in. They got to have got to have these conversations. So, but Mikey Keene transferring now from Michigan back home to ASU. And, again, in the mix with, Cam Dyer now, who's been here, was it Cutter Boley, the transfer from Kentucky, who came in, and now you have Mikey Keene coming in. So, I mean, look, Quentin Tillingham's not, the best quarterback who's going to deliver the best chance to win is going to play, and they're going to compete. So, for everybody that, and again, Boley could be the starter, guys. Cam Dyer could be the starter in my eyes. But again, they're going to sit there and they are going to compete. And, competition will drive you to be even better, as we all know. So that being said, though, go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and when I have people on, these coaches on, we'll be all caught up. So looking forward to, and especially catching up with Coach Carrington. He got the promotion, and obviously they've been crushing it in the portal. But by the way, real quick, Raleek Brown, he declared for the draft, and then he also entered the transfer portal, and he has transferred to Texas. So Raleek Brown, and this is one thing, I was reading all the stuff yesterday, but the one thing I didn't come across or read is if he's still thinking NFL draft. So, or if he's entering the NFL draft, but I mean, entering the transfer portal and committing to Texas. So, I mean, ASU thought he was going to the draft, and they brought in some running backs. So again, Coach Iguano sprinkling the magic on it. But anywho, so yes, go to YouTube and subscribe again. It's at Emmons and Michael V is in Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC 005 on YouTube and subscribe. And you'll see all the, again, just phenomenal con reviews, which we call them here because ASU Innovation. They're not just interviews, they're conversations, and they're getting to know, again, coaches, players, voices, alum, parents, I mean, again, it's absolutely awesome. Bumped into Charlie Turner Thorne last night. Well, let's start that with the women's game. 16-1. And now Molly Miller is 48-4 in her last 52 games. We will have the Molly ticker here on Pitchfork Lunch. It is well-deserved, very late. But, I mean, even last year, I know I mentioned it. I mentioned it during the season. I mean, Grand Canyon, before I remember a conference tournament play, talking about, like, Grand Canyon won 30 game or was on a, 20 some odd game win streak at the time, because you go through the Mountain West tournament and win that. So a 32 game win streak. I mean, but either way, 48-4 in her last 52 games. So forks up again. The players got to make plays and do it. And look, they bounced back last night. They fell to BYU. And, we kind of touched on it yesterday, a tough third quarter, but a tough overall game, just getting beat down on the boards by BYU. So, yeah, I mean, like the BYU had more offensive rebounds and the Devils had total rebounds. Granted, it was by one, but you guys, I mean, still, anybody, you don't even have to be, a hoops guru or junkie, as they say, to understand that. BYU had 26 offensive rebounds and ASU had 25 total rebounds. So, yeah, and there was some full moon weirdness last night in the Big 12 on the women's side. But yeah, they beat UCF 68-45, as you guys know. But the rebounding is definitely one thing that they completely cleaned up. Well, I mean, in this game, they cleaned it up, and it's it was a good thing. I mean, you can see again, and just the way the offense flowing, and yeah. So yeah, like I said, they're 51. It's like, oh my God, they lost. You would have acted like they were the opposite. They were 1-15, but in a way that's good. Like Coach Miller said when we previewed the game yesterday, when we talked to her after practice, that BYU is a center court, like celebrating. Like they realized, that was a big win. But when you look at last night, rebounding wise, I mean, it was the Devils had 37 rebounds and UCF held them to 28. And when you look at the 7 offensive rebounds, so I mean that, and UCF had some bigs out, but again, I mean, it's a team that, yeah, I mean, again, Oh, pardon me. Had some, had some injuries, but they but yeah, I mean, this is a team that shot, when we look at it, 53%, or ASU shot 53% from the field, but UCF they only 31%. I mean, they were 16 to 52. They took just 16 threes. I mean, it's a lot. That's for a quarter, but they were 4 for 16, so 25%. ASU, they struggled too. 3 for 11, 27%. Free throw wise, ASU, did have 23 attempts, so 15 to 23, 65%. That's one of if not their lowest, one of the two lowest percentages they've shot free throws at home this whole season. But yeah, 65% for them, and then UCF 9 to 14, they were at 64%. So neither team shot free throws, as like they're capable of, and we've seen ASU do. Hold on one second. All right, pardon me. Had a sneeze. Didn't want to do it on camera there. Anyway, but we look at what obviously they did last night. I mean, but you shoot 53%. Yeah, that's obviously, like I said, not good from three, but hitting field goals. And man, in transition, last year Poa had a hell of a pass, and we'll hear from Molly Miller and McKenna Brackens and Alicia Carrera. I think Carrera had 20 points last night, and the first half was a little tough for her. But anyway, I digress. 53% from the field overall. Again, 27% from three. Not great. I mean, they took, like I said, only 11, and they were 3 for 11. But when they're not hitting them, they're running the offense. I mean, Coach Miller and his staff are making sure that they're moving the ball. They're hitting mid-range shots. Carrera, like I said, guys, last night. And she is just, again, keeps teammates learning each other, but she just keeps growing, turning down low. 8 for 12 from the field. No threes, but 8 for 12 overall. Yeah, everyone will take that. 75% from the field. 67%. Oh my gosh, 67%. Yeah. Yeah, so like 67% she shot. Okay, yeah. Sign every hoop player up for that one, right? But 8 for 12 from the field, 4 for 5. 80% from the line. Again, at home, loving it. So 20 points. She had 5 boards, 1 assist. She also, I think she had a block. I thought she had a block. Yeah, she had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Yeah, 2 steals and 1 block. Yes. So I was like, I'm pretty sure yeah. Again, and then you had McKenna Brackens who had 15. She shot 60% from the field, 6 for 10. Again, bouncing back from a tougher shooting game for her at BYU, but 6 for 10 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line, and gives her 15 points. And she also has 15 points and 11 boards. And we were looking post game. She has more double doubles this season, I think, than she had her last 2 at UNLV. Last season combined. I gotta remember. I jotted it down, but again, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just saying. But again, but yeah, 15 points, 11 boards, so 60, 100, and 100. Granted, it was only 1 3, but 60% from the field, 100% overall, 100% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. Absolutely take it. But yeah, Amaya Williams, a guard, expect maybe 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Jai Levette was 1 for 2. And Davenport was 0 for 2. But yeah, you had Gabby Elliott 3 for 4. Marley Washington, who's again in foul trouble. She got in a little bit of foul trouble in the first half, and then because she sat for a good minute and then didn't in the second quarter, and then didn't start the third quarter, came in, picked up a foul, sat back down. But she had 6 points. She was 2 for 2 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line. And she also had 2 rebounds and 1 assist. But yeah, I mean, she didn't end up fouling out. She came back in with 4 fouls. Just tough for her to get in the room going. But still, she had 6 points. But when you look at it, Carrera, like I said, with 20, Brackens with 15, Gabby Elliott had 12. Washington had 6. Last year, Poa had 5, but she had 8 rebounds and 6 assists too. And man, tell you, like I said, that if you did not see the game, kids, the pass to Lucia Carrera, like on a fast break, but like literally, she is a little bit behind. She's literally at the top of the key on their defensive end. Carrera's breaking out, and she just lasers a pass, by one defender, maybe 2. I mean, she went double team. Carrera had to she slid, and it's a good thing that she slid before she caught it, because they probably would have called that traveling, even though there were some calls last night. Again, we don't even ask the coaches because you can't really say anything about it. But there was a double dribble. The ball didn't change. Like UCF had a double dribble right in front, like referees right there, and nothing. A double dribble. Come on. But yes. But anyway, last year, Poa, lasers this pass and flies down court. Carrera just makes the catch. She had to adjust to it a teeny bit, but again, it was phenomenal. Makes the catch, puts it up and in. And but coach said, she challenged her last night a little bit because she missed a few easy ones early on. And it was frustrating for her, obviously, but she stuck with it. And coach talks about that, how she kept, she could have definitely put her head in the sand, but led the team with 20 points. And again, missing a few, but still 8 for 12. Could have probably had 24 because there was or 22. Well, yeah, because she could have been 10 for 12 because the 2 that she missed, like one of them was just took figure you put it in right off the glass there, and it just takes a funny bounce off the rim, and so. But there was one definitely, and then maybe the second one. I know coach said that, but still 20 points, 67% shooting, 80% from the free throw line. Like I said, 5 boards, 2 of them were offensive. Or wait, was it 2 or 3? 2. Yeah, so 2 offensive rebounds. They had 6 of their 37. Rebounds were offensive. So, but again, like I said, the huge part is the coach talked about it in practice. They ran a lot of extra rebounding because teams see film and everything's copycat, guys. Now, obviously, UCF moving the ball, missing some of their bigs, but still didn't chuck 39 threes like BYU. But that is that. So, but Molly Miller and this team, this is just phenomenal, guys. 16-1. And after this win, again, last year, like I said, they battled in the Big 12, but it was tough. They have matched their number of conference wins from last year, 3, just 4 games into conference play. So 10-0 at home. Yes, that's what you want. People talk about defending the home court and having a really good record. Well, 10-0 will do it. 6-1, obviously away. So this team, like I said, takes care of UCF. Now, guys, we'll turn the attention to TCU. Probably talk more about that tomorrow, it being Friday. That game's on Sunday. That game's on Sunday. So that's going to be huge because I tell you this, and because as we have the standings in the Big 12, like I said, there was some madness last night in the Big 12. 4 years in standings, obviously the women win. On the women's side, I should say. the women won, but look at this. Iowa State, who's number 11 in the country coming into this week, probably not going to be number 11 after this week as they fell to Cincinnati. But they've lost 2 in a row, has Iowa State. They I can tell you right now, they were undefeated. Yeah, they were 14-0, and they have now dropped. They beat Houston. They beat Kansas and Houston to win their first 2 conference games. But number 22 Baylor, I mean, it was a squeaker, beat them 72-70. But then they turn around. They were home for Baylor. They go to Cincinnati, and they lose 71-63. Now Cincinnati that was their first conference win. They're 1-3 now, but they are 6-10 overall. So. I mean, and Maya Perry for Cincinnati had 26 points last night. But anyway, that was one of the crazy scores. Also, TCU did beat Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State hung around. But TCU, again, kept it 69-61 victory for the 13th ranked Horned Frogs, who said ranked 13th or 15-1, and take on the Devils. Devils go to Dallas they play there Sunday. And so TCU won that. Texas Tech, I memean, look, West Virginia is 13-3 coming in, and they were 13-2 coming in. Texas Tech was 16-0. Texas Tech is now 17-0, and they are 4-0 in the Big 12. But I mean, West Virginia was right there. They the first half was low scoring. It was 31-28. I mean, West Virginia, it was 17-16 after one, Texas Tech, okay, but West Virginia, they put up 12 in the second. I mean, Texas Tech only put up 14, but still, 31-28. But then in the third quarter, I thought, wow, this could happen. West Virginia outscores them 25-19. So that makes it 53-50 is the score after 3 in favor of West Virginia. But then that Texas Tech defense came back out 21-13, and they get the win. But still, 71-66. Utah, who ASU beat 12-4, 3-1 in the Big 12. Yeah, their only loss to the Devils. Beat Kansas 62-59, who's 11-5 overall now, but 1-3 in conference play. K-State beat Houston, and then, like I said, ASU last night beat UCF 68-45. But that Iowa State, I mean, wow. Literally looking at that, that's crazy to me that Iowa State has now dropped those 2 back-to-back games. So they but the standings in the Big 12 now with that put Arizona State second in the Big 12. They haven't played TCU yet, and TCU, well, I think it's because of overall, because TCU is also 3-1, but they have Arizona State listed second. Texas Tech, obviously, number 17 in the country, 4-0 after I think they'll be headed uphill from 17 as they should. But then, yeah, TCU, like I said, Sunday, or do they play tomorrow? Let's see, TCU real quick. They they had a loss at Utah, which ASU beat. Oh, they beat Oklahoma State last night. That's right, I did say that, 69-61. So, yeah. And now they obviously have ASU coming up. But, yeah, the Devils second, 3-1 overall. 3-1 in conference play, 16-1 overall. Guys, they are just crushing it. And but yeah, so Texas Tech, the last undefeated team left in the Big 12. Well, overall, but conference-wise, I mean, they're the lone 4-0 team. And then, like I said, Forks Up, Molly Miller and the Sun Devils. They are 3-1 along with Utah, TCU, West Virginia. The 2-1 teams are Baylor, who I want to say play tonight. Yeah, they take on Colorado. Ooh, that'll be an interesting game. They take on Colorado tonight. Yeah, so yeah, but they're 2-1. So yeah, the 2-1 teams, Baylor, CU. Okay, so that'll be interesting. Baylor's ranked 16th in the country. Of course, CU's only lost to ASU. Iowa State now is heading up the 2-2 teams. They're 2-2, as is BYU, Oklahoma State, and K-State. And then the 1-3 teams would be the Jayhawks, that team down south, and Cincinnati. And then 0-4, UCF and Houston. Yep, a little bit of struggling, a little bit of injuries from UCF, but again, you gotta battle. That's what Coach said. I mean, Cincinnati beating Iowa State last night. I mean, it opens your eyes, and I mean the way Utah's playing. ASU got them. TCU, like I said, number 13. What a test! What a test! And we'll break that down more tomorrow. But man, Molly Miller and this team, man, forks up. Like I said, it's been also I wanted to say, so when we talking for the women's stats and how it's balanced, what I'm saying? I'm scoring, whether it's Brackens one night or Elliott, or obviously Carrera last night had 20. Marley Washington's, again, not getting in foul trouble. I'm sure she's a little frustrated with herself. And sometimes, again, some of the calls, it is for any team. Look, I look at it for other teams. UCF got called for a few last night. And that's you guys who just want, not just saying it because ASU did. There are sometimes a whistle blew, and I was looking at Jeff Metcalf, friend of the show. Obviously, you know Jeff, and he's covering it. And I'm just like, if I was a player, okay, the first time, nothing. Second time, might get a look. The third time, I'd probably get thrown out of the game because I would just be saying things that are ridiculous, and they probably would not like it. But, yeah, look at this. I mean, the Devils now have 3 players averaging double-digit numbers scoring-wise. And, close to a fourth, which, again, so you have Gabby Elliott at 15.9 points a game. McKenna Brackens, 15.4. Carrera, like I said, she was around 9. Again, this last game, she's at 10.1 points per game. Awesome. And then Hale Marley is at 9.2. And then you got last year Poa at 5.6. Jaya Levette at 5.1. Amaya Williams, freshman coming off the bench, 4.3. Deborah Davenport, who looked pretty good last night, 2.1. Martina Fantini, getting some more minutes last night. But again, and I just think she's at 1.9. And then Michaela Moore at 1.3. And Tamaya Grace, who got in last night, got a hoop. So, but you look at that. 15.9 for Elliott, 15.4 for Brackens. 2 players are guaranteed 30 points, a night, and the rest of your team has to put up 30 to 35 more points to feel like, okay, we can be in this, and it's just, and then you think about rebounding wise. Brackens leads the team with 120 rebounds. Yeah. And then Carrera's at 93, Elliott at 82, Washington's at 65, Davenport at 52, last year Poa's 48, Fantini 44, Levette 29, Amaya Williams 25, and then Michaela Morris, Maya Grayson played a ton, but 9 and 7. It's still 120 rebounds, and her average is 7.5 a game, leads the team. So 15.4 points, 7.5 rebounds. I want to say Poa leads the team in assists. Yeah, last year Poa leads the team with 66 assists. Again, point guard, can score, but gets her teammates involved and plays a tough defense too. She's had a few plays where she's ripped the ball away from somebody, or they call it a jump ball, or she's taking the ball away. Yeah, love seeing that. But she's got 66 assists on the season. Washington's has 49, and then you have Elliott at 36, Bracken's at 33, Levette at 32, and then Amaya Williams at 32. So yeah, Bracken's at 33, Amaya Williams at 32, Levette's got 17, and then Carrera's got 11. So, and yeah, Elliott's, you obviously going to be average, but she scored 271 points, and she's played in all 17 games. McKenna Bracken scored 247 points and has played in 16 of the 17. But yeah, this team again, and the way they're, the offense getting to know each other. Coach says obviously her team is based on, the defense. So again, we see that. Men's hoops wise last night, guys, this was a tough one. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to jump into men's hoops, recap what happened at BYU as they fell short, 104-76. They did battle. They made some runs, but inevitably, and they got some good performances too. I mean, that's I guess the mind-blowing part. They got some really good performances, and I just, wow. It's it's tough because you can't look at, the performances, but the effort's there, but yeah, and BYU had some big scores too. They had 3 of them just lighting it up. So, and 2 guys that fouled out. One of them, their leading scorer. So, that's just, yeah. But we'll get to it, man. I know it is frustrating because the way, the personality has been around this team and talking with them, talking to them and just seeing, obviously, Coach Early, even after wins and stuff like that, but even after losses, you can see the sense of frustration. But this was a blowout loss. This is a tough one. But we'll step aside, talk that, and then wrap the show talking a little hockey and a little wrestling, all coming up here on Pitchfork Lunch.
Audio Jungle.
All right. Yes, National Scouting Combine actually going on right now in Naples, Florida. Jimmy Kibble, again, phenomenal job with that. Looking to get him on after the combine is done. And again, yes, I know this is Pitchfork Lunch talking Sun Devils, but the National Scouting Combine, happening now. There's a lot of players obviously getting ready for the NFL draft, and these are for the NFL Combine. Only 300 get invited, so you guys can do the math there. I know that even the people from the school down south can do the math there. And I mean, there's for draft eligible players, and then free agent players can also come to the combine. And again, Jimmy does such a phenomenal job with that. And I mean, it's the staff that he has, the coaches that the players get to come in and work with. I mean, like being at a combine, getting all their stuff done, just a phenomenal job. So, anywho, side note, that's going on. And yes, yours truly was supposed to be there. Did not work out. Frustrating as it may be, but here, so covering that part's frustrating. Being here, covering obviously Sun Devil Nation here for Pitchfork Lunches, rocks. But men's hoops last night, guys. It was a tough one. Like I said, they fell to BYU 104-76. They shot 38% from the field, which they battled their way to get back up to 38% because it was tough for a while. Checking in last night again while the women's game was going on, checking in with this, and it was close, and then they were down by a little bit, then they made a charge, and they were keeping it close, and then they had like two scoring droughts, one in the first half and one in the second half, and it literally led to I think almost 5.5 minutes to no scoring. And yeah, that was tough. I mean, their largest lead was 3. They were up 6-3. Their largest run, they went on a 7-0 run at one point. But I mean, look, they had it was but yeah, they they did but what, like I said, I mean, they shot 38% from the field, and when you look at, I mean, the first half, they actually shot 50% from the field. They were 17 of 34 from the field, so exactly 50%. And then in the second half, though, they were let's see. Let's go to the first half. Oh, no, they were 11 for 40 in the first half. That's what I thought. Yeah. So they shot 28% from the field in the first half. In the second half, yes, they shot 50%, which got them up to 38% for the shooting for the game, which, again, very very tough. But yeah, they shot 38% from the field, 28% from the 3-point line. They're 7 for 25. BYU was 45%. They chucked 31, but they hit 14 of 31. I mean, that's insane. 45% from free. Free throws, I mean, that was 13 for 18, so 72%. Again, about 75% on the road. BYU, though, they shot 25 free throws, and they were 20 for 25. That's 80%. BYU did have one more turnover, 16 to 15. Points off turnovers, BYU 22, ASU 15. I mean, 40 to 38 in rebounds. I mean, BYU, but again, it's not like ASU got crushed on the boards. ASU did have, though, of their 38 rebounds, 20 of them were offensive. And that's what got me last night. I was jotting this down because I'm sitting there, I'm watching, here at the women's game, but then this game started, half an hour later. So at halftime, I'm checking watching this, and I'm like, wow. And BYU was just hitting shots. I mean, you look at Richie Saunders, who fouled out of the game, but he he had an insane game. He was 10 for 13 from the field overall, 6 for 8 from 3. So 75% from behind the arc, 5 for 5 from the line. So he had a man, what did he shoot from the field? I mean, if he was let's see, if he was, so he had a 77, 75, 100 night. 77% from the field, 75% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. So 31 points and 8 boards for Richie Saunders. 31 points, 8 boards, 3 assists. Let's see. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Well, he did have 4 turnovers, I guess, if you want to find a blemish in a phenomenal game. And he did foul out. But yeah, he led his team in all scorers with 31 points. But he had 31. And then Robert Wright III, 27 points. And he was 60% from the field, 50% from 3, and 100% from the line as well. I mean, this is crazy. 9 of 15 overall from the field. And then 3 of 6 from 3, and then 6 for 6 from the line. So, yeah, 27 points, 4 assists, 3 boards, and that was Robert Wright III. So he had 27. Saunders had 31. He had 27. And then starting forward, AJ Dibansa, pardon me, sorry. He had 23 points on 7 of 13 shooting, so just above 50% shooting. 2 for 5 from 3, 40%, but there's a 50-40. Ooh, and then what's this? What was he from the line? 64. So he was 7 for 11 from the line, but I mean, 6'8", 6'9", I want to say. Dibansa, 7 for 11. So, I mean, he still had a 50-40, 64 night, but still, there's about 50-40-90 in the NBA. And yeah, I mean, Saunders, 77% from the field. So he had a 70, 77, 75, 100 night. That's insane. 70, he was 10 for 13 from the field, Saunders. But then, like I said, he had 31, Wright, who had 27. And then when you look at those two guys, so they were combined 26 for 41 from the field, which is they shot a combined 63% from the field. Yeah, I mean, one guy does that okay. 2 guys, but you get 3 guys doing that, you're in deep doo-doo. I mean, and like I said, BYU shot 57%. They were 50-40-80. So, yeah, I mean, 57% from the field overall, 45% from three, 80% from the free throw line. But, yeah, 40-38. I mean, ASU had 20 offensive rebounds. BYU had 11. Bench points, I mean, 15-12 points in the paint, 42-40. In favor of BYU, fast break points, that's where BYU had a huge advantage, 31-16. BYU had 10 block shots, ASU had 1. 11-10, BYU in steals, assists, 19-18. I mean, yeah, you look at, I mean, again, the 57% shooting and the 45% from three. I mean, that'll do you in. But I mean, for ASU, look at this. I mean, Pig Johnson, 24 points. He did start last night. The starters were Masamba Jop, Mo Odom, Pig Johnson, Santiago Chue, who missed the game before, but they said, he'd be back, so he started. But yeah, so you had Odom, Johnson, Chue, Mukeba, and Jop. And Anthony Johnson, I mean, 24 points, 7 of 21 shooting, 3 for 9 from three, so 33% there. 33% shooting too. Yeah, 7 for 21. Again, a little tough. But then you look at, so he had 24 points. Well, Masamba Jop, guys, this kid, and I've talked about it, like 7'1". Yes, it's like a one of the bigger dogs that's born, and they have all these, their paws are so big they're just kind of tripping over them. And again, I'm not saying he's like that, but 7'1", this young man, I don't see, he keeps playing like this, guys, and as consistent as, consistent, but I mean, he's grown. He keeps growing. And he was 8 for 13 from the field, which, 62%. He shot 62% from the field. So 8 for 13 from the field, didn't take any threes. And then 75% from the line. He was 6 for 8 from the line. So he had 22 points, 9 boards, 2 assists. 22 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal. Didn't have a block last night, but 1 steal. Anthony Johnson, Pig Johnson actually had the block shot last night. Their lone block shot. But Masamba Jop, guys, this guy, I mean, look, you understand that's what breaking down footwork and everything and big guys. And I mean, yes, the game has changed. I mean, these 7'3", 7'4", I mean, people think, and again, I'm not saying he's Victor Wembanyama. You might look, you'll always listen to Jimmy, but you need to hear Jimmy. This guy say Wembanyama's name. I'm not saying Masamba Jop is Victor Wembanyama, but I'm saying that height, the way he moves, catches the way he can move down low, catching the ball on the block. And yeah, he can step out and take a three if he has to. If a defender's laying off him far enough, I mean, he has hit a few. Now he's not going to sit there and chuck him. He'll go out his defender if he has to. But guys, I mean, the way he's playing, his game is just constantly, it's constantly grown. And I mean, like I said, it's 7'1". Masamba Jop, look, I wouldn't be shocked if he does come back, play another year. But I'm also leaning this way. I'm not shocked if he's one and done, guys. Why? If you've watched from the beginning of the season until now, it's just the consistency with which he has done things. And he doesn't, I think there's been 1 game, maybe 2 that they've played that he's been in foul trouble. Because, the Devils now, you look at it with, again, this tough 4-game, losing streak, which that they're on. They lost to UCLA. And then Oregon State, they lost 78-75. They were up in that game. That's one where you can say, okay, this team's lost 3 out of 4, but definitely should have beat Oregon State. Colorado, they put up 89 points. Problem is they gave up 95. And yeah, Colorado had a field day, I think, offensive on I remember as we talked offensive rebound wise too, but 95-89, and they also shot 31 free throws in the second half here in Tempe. So yeah. And then, close games, though. And then BYU just 104-76. K-State did lose. They play K-State next Saturday. It's a 1 p.m. DFA. Guys, get out here, man. Look, coming to watch. I mean, they're 9-6 overall, looking to hit, 10-6, looking for their first Big 12 conference win, too. And they can get it against K-State, man. But look, Pig Johnson, Mo Odom, Jop, Mukeba, and then Trey, I mean, when he's in these guys, energy-wise, it's there. They're not lacking energy, kids. They're definitely not lacking energy. So, look, get on out. Don't be bashful. But, yeah, I mean, there's things that, like I said, I mean, you look at the numbers from last night. Yeah, the shooting, I mean, again, and there was some uncontested. But, I mean, when you're just got three guys doing it, who do you double team? Who do you rotate to? If you're playing zone, somebody's always open. So, or somebody, I mean, I shouldn't say is always open. Somebody is going to have an easier shot as the ball's rotating if you're playing zone. So, look, BYU, it was the perfect storm there. And when, that team down south did beat K-State last night, 101-76 to stay undefeated. And as we look at the standings, I just want to give you the standings real quick. And Men's before we get out of here. Tomorrow we will preview and talk hockey and wrestling. Wrestling has West Virginia on Friday night. Zeke Jones and the crew. Yes, they've been working through the fall, and now they are rocking. And they've had a few meets. So again, Coach Jones, for you guys know I did not forget about wrestling. But yeah, we'll talk hockey as the Devils host Miami of Ohio. We heard from Coach Powers earlier. We'll hear from I got some players we'll hear from tomorrow too that we were able to catch up with. But yeah, real quick, who's standing in the Big 12? Yes, that team down south is still undefeated. They are 2-0 in conference play, 15-0 overall. Iowa State, who's number 3 in the country, Arizona's 1, Iowa State's 3. They're 2-0 and 15-0. BYU is 2-0 and 14-1. As they're number 9 in the country, by the way. So ASU, yes, they take on the 9th-ranked team. I know I mentioned it yesterday. I didn't mention it now, but yeah. Houston, who is the number 7 team in the country, yes, they're ranked 7th, and they are 2-0 and 14-1 as well. And then Colorado, the last of the undefeated conference play teams early on here, they're also 2-0 and 12-3 overall. Then you have 14th ranked Texas second, 1-1, Oklahoma, along with Oklahoma State, number 25 UCF, and number 22 Kansas. Also TCU and West Virginia are 1-1. And then the rest are 0-2 in Baylor, ASU, K-State, Cincinnati, Utah. So yeah, ASU, K-State, somebody's getting the first conference win, and damn it, it's going to be the Devils. Look, frustration, yes, from Bobby Hurley, but this team, the way they've been playing, get to come home 1 p.m., man, get on out here. And yes, there are some things, but Masamba Jop, guys, I would get out and see this kid because I see him going nothing but up. And if I'm an NBA GM, like I said, I have no problem. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be a lottery pick, but people are like, oh, if he comes out and we can get him here, his height, his skill level. I mean, yes, of course, I would love them to get on a win streak. First of all, notch some more wins, get rolling here, and then, see what happens with him. But yes, I would love for him to come back. But he keeps playing like this. I just don't see. Yes, you can say NIL, all this stuff, but I'm just saying, like, Cooper Flagg, again, could have got a ton of money. And, yes, he went to the NBA too. Am I saying he's Cooper Flagg? No, I'm saying when people say NIL, I'm just saying you look at it. Yes, he was a top pick. He was a number 1 pick, but Masamba Jop, I love the kid's game. And, yes, is there room for growth? Absolutely. I'm sure he'd be the first to obviously tell you that. But when you're growing and you're playing like he is and you're consistent, that's awesome. So K-State, 1 p.m., we'll talk about that tomorrow as well. But, yeah, we'll hit Hockey Hour tomorrow because Miami of Ohio comes in and the Devils and NCHC play. both games there. Conference play didn't go the best for them there, so we'll talk that. And we'll talk, like I said, Zeke Jones, Coach Jones, Forks Up, man. Got to get you back on the show. Wrestling, again, West Virginia will be here tomorrow night as well. So hockey, wrestling, hoops this weekend. Women's hoops obviously heads to TCU. But, yeah, so anywho, that's going to wrap it, man. Hey, thanks for jumping in today, guys. Pitchfork lunch, absolutely awesome. I know I was going to say we're going to hear from Ollie Miller. Again, I'm just talking about teams. We'll hear from Ollie Miller tomorrow, too. I will get it all into the show, and we'll hear from Coach Miller. But, yes, have a phenomenal rest of your Thirsty Thursday, and I hope I quenched that Sun Devil thirst. But, I mean, for me, no, you always want more. I always want more, so – but at least, for today's portion of it, for, this week's Thirsty Thursday edition. But, yes, Forks Up, women's hoops, 16-1 overall now, and 3-1 in Big 12 play. So, absolutely rocking it. So, have a phenomenal rest of your Thirsty Thursday. And like reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs women's volleyball has reminded me, it always reminded me last year, but it is #OurState. And that is for you, school down south, to always remember it is #OurState. So just remember that, because we are Sun Devils. And yes, as you guys know, go Devils. I will see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as Twitter. Also, the IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. YouTube at Michael, or at you can go to YouTube, subscribe, watch live, and subscribe. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube. And subscribe. I will see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Again, have a phenomenal rest of your Thirsty Thursday. And as always, you guys know it. Forks Up.
I went to Arizona State.
Right.
I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake. Farmer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levis swings it to Scatterbo. Scatterbo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another Scatterbo is the running back, and he is immediately met. The backfield runs through the contact and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It's still going back. At the track. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.